I mean,
how am I supposed to be friends with somebody who's got who just is completely not in control? That you're not even at the wheel. You're using full self-driving, but the mania is on the road.
You don't have to be friends with me.
That's not my point. I was friends with you for a while, dude.
I mean,
wow.
I don't know. I don't know what. That's about it.
Jeez.
I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss.
Well, this is just.
I'm just doing what I don't know. I mean, I hope I've been clear enough. People can. Yeah.
What can you say? Guys, we have a packed schedule tonight. We have a lot to talk about. I have 2 separate dockets that might as well be a mainstream. I didn't plan on going in on Bowblax today at all. I had a whole Brad section, but I guess it's Mental Health Awareness Week, and we'll talk about his struggles maybe Wednesday. It is Wednesday. What's tonight? Wednesday? Friday. Maybe we'll talk about it on Friday. We need to do a total and complete shutdown of the mental health system, all of it. We need to figure out what's going on. We need to get doctors present. We need to get nurses here. We need to get therapists. We need therapists, licensed therapists on hand. Something is going wrong in the commentary community. There's a lot of mental health related issues occurring right now, all at once. People are escaping rehab, chat, okay? And some of them probably should be there. I don't know. Oh, man, this is a lot. Anywho, let me just kind of run you guys through where we are, and then I can tell you where we're going, and I can tell you why we're not going all the way. Spoiler alert, but we'll get there. Okay? Bowblax has responded to my live stream. Okay? I know for a matter of fact that he's watched it. He's watched at least the first hour, and the first hour is where most of the things are. So he has a pretty good knowledge of what's occurring prior to even engaging today. And multiple things have happened since then. In fact, the first thing Josh did, following his whole big expose being cast aside into the void, he went and unblocked Tipster, which was the most expected outcome possible. The most expected outcome that anyone could have predicted. Chat, I finally got the VOD up. Hopefully we don't have the problems that we did last time. If you don't really know what we're talking about, I recommend you go watch Why is Bowblax Getting Hate, because I am not going to retread the first hour of this. You can watch the first hour. The rest of it's more community oriented. The first hour tells you what happened with Bowblax, and dude, I gotta show you this Edwin clip, man. This Edwin clip is so good. When's the last time we got excited for an Edwin clip, chat? When's the last time we got excited for an Edwin clip? He begged me for $2,000 to cover his mortgage.
No!
I'm not gonna say begged. He asked me for it, and I very quickly told him no, and he apologized for asking.
Oh, Bowblax, no! Such a crazy thing to do. You have to have such a good reason to ask someone for money like that.
Honestly, okay, I will say something. Since writing this, I watched Nick's live stream on Bowblax, and Nick kind of convinced me to not like Bowblax.
What is Bunty King to you?
You know, because
who is Bunty King?
Dude, that is tough, bro. I went in here with the expectation that I was gonna totally fucking cuck to Bowblax, and I was gonna give him a heartfelt statement wishing him good luck in the future. And that motherfucker convinced me that he sucks. Jesus Christ.
Bowblax, and Nick kind of convinced me to not like Bowblax.
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Oh, man.
Because I have here,
Nicholas DeOrio?
Sincerely wish you the best, but I don't even know if I can say that anymore.
Holy shit. Dude, that is brutal. Wow. Okay. So, what did we learn about Josh in the past couple of days? Real quick, we learned that Josh had a weird episode in July. Around July 25th is probably earlier than July 25th. But essentially, he had a meltdown of the ages. This reached several people. He started fighting with random people on Twitter about it for no apparent reason. And it culminated in him going to get professional help, or so I thought, and then lying about having BPD for over a month and a half. And I have confirmed it is 100% borderline personality disorder. That was the allegation. So there are plenty of people who are saying, well, these symptoms sound a lot like bipolar. That's great, but that's not what he thought he had. So I'm sorry. yeah, you're probably getting more confused by this. People think bipolar is BPD. Typically, it's heard as borderline when people describe it that way. But I've talked to people who work in the industry, and they say, well, which BPD are you talking about? I was pretty confident right off the bat that it was borderline, and I am now aware that Josh thought he had borderline. Josh was researching borderline. He net decked it, per se. Right? So essentially, Josh let me believe that he had BPD, and that was the reason why he had a big outburst in July. And on September 8th, I think, following a Chud Logic live stream, it was dropped on me that apparently Josh had a BPD girlfriend who convinced him, which didn't make sense, as we'll see tonight. I mean, he sent me hospital pictures, so I presumed there was some kind of diagnosis at play. He told other people he was diagnosed with BPD. If you're thinking this is very Boogie-esque, that's because it actually is. And I'm going to drive that point home as we start to show you my interaction with him today. Now, if at any point that Josh wants to call in, if he wants to chat with me about it, the phones are open. I am willing to have him on. I told him that on Twitter. I'm willing to have a civil conversation with him. I'm not going to run him off the fucking road 5 seconds into the conversation. If he wants to explain himself to his heart's content, I'm willing to give him that rope he can use. That's perfectly fine with me. So if he thinks that I'm taking him out of context or I'm saying something wrong, it is up to Josh. He can come on in the call, come on down. We'll have a chat about it and things will be hunky-dory, okay? So first thing I noticed was Tipster. Big Tip takes a colossal W because he gets unblocked by Josh before brutally not accepting his advances. That is fucking brutal, dude.
Did I not ask you nice enough?
I don't respect you. So,
That is fucking brutal. Holy shit, dude. And obviously Josh has come around and said like, hey guys, yeah, so I was just trying to see what he would do. Like, he was thinking tactically while he was melting down. And eventually Tipster was pushed on whether he would make some formal response to Josh, and he said no. He's not going to do that cringe shit, because Tipster is totally above bullying people. I hate bullying, I'm sorry. Tipster's above criticizing people and shitting on them on stream. Unless they're Brianna Wu, apparently. And then he will sit here for days and tweet about how Brianna Wu is like a stealthy transphobe or something. Please implore me to explain how that works. If Bowblax insulted Kamala Harris or talked about Haitians eating cats or something, Tips would run a month worth of streams on them. If we could try to find a way to make this drama about trans issues, that would be great. Then that means Tipster will run a month's worth of stream on them. And that'd be really funny. So, again, Tipster is totally above it, except for the fact that he's absolutely not. So, I mean, it is brave. Turning heel on a person and reaching out to a guy you ran streams on every single day, even when there was literally nothing to talk about, is the most predictable Tipster W ever.
Tipster! Tipster! A horrible dude! A lolicon! Tipster,
why didn't he pick up the phone?
A lolicon!
Chat, why didn't he pick up the phone?
Loves kids,
Tipster!
but not in a sexual way. He'd
Answer
never
him!
A lolicon, he'd never be a lolly, he'd never say a lolly, he'd never love a lolly, he'd never be a lolly, he'd never love a lolly, he'd love a good kids. Tipster, a horny dude. Tipster, mentally ill. Yep.
Ooh. Ooh, that one did not age quite so very well. Oh, God, Jesus. Oh, man. So, we posted a VOD. It's got out there. People saw it. Good stuff. 97% on it.
Person? Who is
I recommend you watch it. It gives you much more context into the conversation we're going to see here. Connor. I said Connor in the last stream, and somebody goes, they made a Detroit Becomes Human reference because the way I said Connor. He posted more evidence, chat. More evidence that Josh was lying behind the scenes about a BPD diagnosis. God knows why he did this to at least 2 other people, DeOrio being one of them. It's hard to want to stay chill with a guy when he just lies like Boogie2988, chat. Wow, this is Augie's famous roommate and the new host of Twitterverses. I think he worked for Josh and then created his own Twitterverses show.
Did I not ask you nice enough?
I don't respect you.
And then Josh endorsed him.
No! What am I
Oh,
gonna do?
God. So, if you guys don't know, Josh ran on Reddit. I actually don't think I even queued this up because I didn't think it was relevant. And I actually completely
Did I
forgot
not
he did
ask you
this.
Nice enough?
So let me grab that
I
real
don't
fast.
respect you. So I respect
Oh
that.
no! What am I gonna do?
Here it is. Let me grab this real fast because I forgot he did this, to be honest. Josh has responded in so many weird ways, in so many random different places. And there's also like the whole angle of this that like Flamenco has been tanking shots for like the better part of 48 hours. I think that guy went on like a 24-hour streak of reacting to every single person who talks to me. His whole thing is like, Nick is thin-skinned, and to show him, I'm going to have a mental breakdown that lasts 24 consecutive hours about things he said to me 2 years ago. Jesus fuck, dude. I have the best detractors. Do I have the best detractors, chat? Do they get better than this? Holy shit, dude. I'm not going to sue Nick. I feel like he's suffered enough. I mean, okay, dude, thanks. That's sick. Dude, I made him run screaming when I threatened to sue him over comments that weren't defamatory that would have passed the statute of limitations. Oh, yeah, you got me good, dude. He was like, dude, I made sure that Nick DeOrio... I made sure that Nick DeOrio was afraid to talk about me. So, anyways, I put him in like the first main channel video I came back with, and I took a shot at him immediately. People were saying I made him canon. Where the fuck is this tweet, bro? Holy shit. Let me grab it. I'm going to just do it the old-fashioned way. How you guys doing tonight? How's chat doing? I love how you live rent-free. Yeah, that occasionally does occur. Here, Bowblax made a few responses on r/YouTube drama. This is what we're talking about here. He actually spoke to the head mod of r/YouTube drama, the current one, who I think does a decent job. This is Dependent Law 7 in this interaction. So let me just quickly... I don't think I can zoom this in. I'm going to just desktop it. Boop! Okay. Hey, I'm actively on medication for this mental illness. I got meds from my ER visit. Now, I'm not officially diagnosed yet. There's still time, Boogie. There's still time for you to get polythysemia vera. There's still time. I asked Nick for money because I was panicked about paying off debts on time. Dumb, I know. I've never asked anyone else for money. The only substance I do is weed. If you're wondering, this is on r/YouTube drama. Initially, this was the only place Josh responded to my stream, was on a subreddit of people who hate us. I wonder if he convinced anyone. Are you saying you got diagnosed and treated for BPD in emergency rooms? I'm asking because I had to go to several battery testing in a clinical setting to get an official diagnosis, let alone medication. I'm not trying to be bad faith asking you this either, because you're in another country and things might be different there. But personally, therapy for my BPD takes up half my life to control.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really
Edit
like...
here because I see that you weren't diagnosed. However, they can't give you treatment, for example, medication, without some type of diagnosis. You don't have to explain. I'm just curious. I wonder if he had existing mental health diagnoses, as Seroquel is prescribed for many conditions, even just insomnia. Well, that's a spoiler and a half, don't you think? Here, the medication I was prescribed, what the fuck was it called? It's just the Seroquel. They all call it Seroquel.
I'd like to give a big shout out to Nicholas DeOrio.
It is used for BPD, among other things. I was going to have a follow-up appointment where I thought I would get the BPD diagnosis, but it was just a routine automated type check where they asked if I needed meds or not. I live in BC, Canada, for context. And by the way, he does say he does need the medication. Personally, I think I have BPD because everything I look up online matches me, but I'm not officially diagnosed yet. Guys, this is Boogie. All right? You can't make medical decisions the same way Destiny plans for a debate. This guy's quoting Wikipedia, chat. This guy net decked it. Okay, he's going to YCS for the deck that finished top, okay? He doesn't even know how to play those cards. Holy shit. This is brutal. This is fucking brutal. Dude, people are like, Nick, listen, here's your shit, dude. Here is your shit, Nick.
Oh no! What am I gonna
You're the guy who goes around saying evidence. I need evidence. Nick, where's your evidence? Well, first of all, my evidence was there's no fucking way in hell this guy's going to deny any of this. All right, because he knows that I can prove every single thing I'm saying. And I just assumed that would be the end of the discussion. What I didn't think was he was just going to jump on Reddit and just concede immediately to the allegations. Like, this is crazy, bro. This is insane. This is insanity. So, Dependent Law 7. Hi, Bowblax. Sorry you're going through this. Quinpetamine or whatever. I don't fucking know. Drew! Do you have monkeypox? Thank you.
No.
Did your girlfriend use a strap-on and give you monkeypox?
No.
I was talking to somebody. I heard you're into some BDSM shit, so I'm just wondering if that's how you got it. Thank you. Why are you still here? Shout out Drew. Shout out Flamenco.
I miss when Bowblax just read tweets.
Yeah, me too. Jesus. By the way, I was talking to somebody yesterday. Why can't we just find out who Josh's doctor is and call him and get the answers we're looking for? I don't think it's quite that simple, unfortunately. Hi, Bowblax. Sorry going through this. Quinpetamine is an antipsychotic medication. It can be prescribed for sleep, bipolar disorder. Again, bipolar rearing its ugly head again. Not even part of this discussion. And as a booster for antidepressants, as well as psychic. But doesn't that just sound like... I'm sorry, I just said that as a joke. We should call his doctor. That's literally what Keem said to Boogie. I'm fucking looping. I feel like I ran this drama already. Holy shit, dude. As well as psychotic disorders like schizophrenia and schizoaffective. I was on it for a year, and I don't have any diagnosis of borderline or bipolar. I work with a few individuals prescribed for reasons that are not BPD. I would advise that you not self-diagnose yourself with a personality disorder. Those disorders in particular should be handled by a professional. I know you have autism, but do you have ADHD? Because behavioral struggles with ADHD and interpersonal relationships can look like BPD, the same with some symptoms of autism. I would not jump on a serious personality disorder just based on which medication you were given and some medical research online. You're right about self-diagnosis, even though I'm convinced I have it. Oh, God damn it, bro. Hey guys, listen, I know I'm retarded. However, I'm gonna keep being retarded now. Jesus fuck, bro. Yeah, this is dude, this guy needs to be fucking hospitalized. This guy is like fucking insane. All right. You're right about self-diagnosis. Even though I'm convinced I have it, I wasn't going to say anything publicly about it. I'll also take your advice and not act like I have BPD unless I get diagnosed from now on. Okay. Cool. Sick. I'm officially diagnosed with ADHD, as well as high-functioning autism, social anxiety disorder, on meds, by the way, dyslexia, and stuff related to my psychological health. All of these diagnoses were from childhood. Okay. So, other than that,
I don't respect you.
Other than that,
Oh no! What am I gonna do?
Personally, I think I have BPD because everything I look up online matches, but I'm not officially diagnosed yet. And here are some new DMs that we didn't have last time we went on stream. Hey, buddy.
Did I not ask you nice enough?
How are you feeling?
I don't respect you.
Anywho, how are you feeling today, by the way, bro? I don't know if you were tired when we were playing the other day. I guess we were playing a game. To be honest, I went to the ER yesterday and I got diagnosed. I'm sorry. Wait, chat. Oh no, I'm making a huge mistake. Oh, I didn't proofread this before I went live. Oh, fuck. Chat, he didn't get diagnosed. He got diagnogged. Oh, shit. Wait, that's a huge discrepancy. Oh my god, he got diagnogged. I didn't even... Fuck, bro. What are we doing here? Anyways, Josh was diagnogged yesterday in the ER, which I guess is where they do that. That's why he's on an internet break. He's readjusting to the new meds. Okay, let's break this down before we start watching him squirm. All right? He went to the ER. He got diagnosed with BPD. That's why he's on break. Okay? That's why he's on break. Okay? He's readjusting to his new medications. Also, Alex Gekmo is an evil fuck, and everything should ban him. On the 24th, he was telling me that Alex Gekmo is an evil fuck who should be nuked. The day prior, Alex was given these DMs. I'm sorry for snapping at you. I'm just not myself right now. You can leave the tweets up if you want. I'd appreciate it. I didn't mention if you didn't mention the DM convo. Oh, hey guys, I have turbo retardation. Okay, I've been diagnosed with lying. All right, please don't show my DMs. And I'm not being crazy because of the tweet. It's because of your other. Oh, it's because of the other stuff in life. It's not about the tweet. It's about the life stuff. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I can't explain it. I just need to be offline for a bit. Sorry again. Sorry for snapping. I feel so embarrassed. Oh, by the way, this behavior is not typical for me. Oh, it's new. Something new must have occurred. I haven't been like this in 6 years. I'm not seriously going through. I'm not seriously going through a lot right now. Not an excuse, not an explanation. Oh, it's not an excuse. Cool. You're allowed to do what you want. Sorry, I was trying to control you. I am not. But it's an explanation. Interessante. Don't leak this, but I got help. I have BPD. I got new meds. Oh, okay. So just to be clear, we have now dos confirmationos. That he's been diagnosed with BPD, again, something I didn't have last time we went live. Dos confirmationos about BPD. Ooh, okay. Here we go. Sorry for freaking you out. I'm offline mostly, and I just saw that Anissa tweet in the DM group chat posted, I can't believe she's a Shadman fan. That's an interesting way to end that combo. Anywho. Today, we had a fight with Bowblax. In case you're not aware, this will be tonight's entertainment. Because he sits here and lies the entire time. The entire time. We're going to refer back to this stuff. Thank you, Grok. It sounds like the person you're referring to has demonstrated inconsistent behavior regarding Alex Gekmo. Thank you, Grok. Yes. That does make their trustworthiness questionable. I appreciate that, Grok. That was very useful. Okay. Anywho. If you're wondering, this account, Penny Forum, I don't know who this is. They just spawned in and started defending Josh on Twitter. I've never seen them before. Their first tweets were... They haven't tweeted since May 26, 2023. And they're talking about Martin Luther King. Somebody's alt account who does not want us to know that they are defending Bowblax has deployed themselves into battle. And this isn't some random spurg that we're attacking with 18 followers. This is some random spurg that Bowblax is retweeting who had 18 followers. Sick. Cool. Awesome. Okay. In defense of Bowblax, it can be really hard to know. The proper thing to say is I'm being treated for suspect insert condition because they believe I have it and will be doing tests to confirm, especially in the moments before you get fully regulated. Okay, and to that I said, in offense to Bowblax, correcting that a month and a half later in the middle of new controversies on the fly is not ideal. This also occurred a week after Boogie was exposed for doing something similar with his cancer diagnosis. At some point, Bowblax needs to take accountability of his own adult self. So, just to provide context to this interaction, this person saying Josh was mentally ill, so they're not really responsible for their own actions, especially when they're finding out they're mentally ill, which is super convenient. Anywho, my problem is, well, Josh has been correcting his problem since July. This occurred between July 21st and July 25th is when he started getting medicated. I'll give you the proper timeline as we scroll down. It's September, asshole. It was September 8th when he went, oh, teehee, oopsie, a BPD girl convinced me. Okay? So, sure, maybe in the moment, it might have been tough. He had ample opportunities to go, hey, Nick, I don't have BPD. Hey, Connor, I jumped the gun. I lied about my condition. I'm not saying that Bowblax went public and made a video saying, I have BPD and I need you to give me money. That would be a full Boogie, okay? What I am saying is Bowblax watched Boogie in a position where he went fucking live with a diagnosis that he didn't have and told people he had fucking cancer. And he watched the repercussions of those actions hurt him years later. Okay? And this wasn't a month before. This wasn't like 3 weeks before. This was 1 week before Bowblax watched what would happen if you're not careful when you're describing your specific diagnosis. And the reason why Josh did that was to make an excuse for himself. That's why he did it. It was a selfish reason. He used it to make an excuse for himself so people wouldn't go public and leak the embarrassing messages he sent them. That's why he did it. That's why he ran and told everybody about it. That's why he goes in here and says, I went to the ER yesterday. I got diagnosed with BPD. That's why I'm on an internet break. I'm now readjusting to these new medications. It's because I had a fucking meltdown. I got diagnosed with BPD. That's why I'm crazy right now. If you go to his messages, hey, please don't leak them. I'm not myself right now. I'm sorry for snapping at you. There's other stuff going on in my life. Please don't leak my DMs, right? It's so transparent, and the same stuff is in my messages. Okay? Here we go. I corrected it to you the next convo we had after I realized I might not have BPD. And then he put September 8th in quotations, as if we hadn't spoken until September 8th. That's probably the next time we had a private call. It's not. It definitely isn't. We spoke in between. That's not true. We did have a call. What was the date we had a call? We had a call on Discord. That's not true. He texted me pretty early on. Why do I have a... What is this? Oh, okay, that's not cool. Here. So we had a phone call on 9/8, and we also had a phone call. Where was this? We had a phone call on. I'm not seeing. Oh, 8/5. We had a phone call on 8/5. And then our next phone call would be on 9/8. So we did speak privately about a week after all this happened. A little more than a week after. So that's not true. So, anywho. Boogie made a public video saying he had cancer. I privately DM'd a couple of my friends to update them on what I thought I was dealing with. So now, the statement he makes here, the qualifier, is that he's not the same as Boogie because he didn't try to gain anything from it. All he did was notify a few close friends that he was dealing with something and he was struggling with something in his life. That's the implication of this statement. This was not a public cry for help. There was no end justify the means. There was nothing he was supposed to get out of this. He just wanted to let a bunch of people know what they were dealing with. Justification for that obviously being Connor, right? Just let a couple friends know. I take responsibility for jumping for conclusions. Sorry. Cool. Just to be clear, the reason why I said you needed to take accountability for it was because you retweeted the above Cope tweet. This one, the one with... Yeah, guys, I take a full accountability for this. Plus, now I'm name searching myself, finding accounts that have 1 like on their tweet, which is probably Josh, okay, that have 17 followers, trying to find the single person defending me on Twitter. That is, that's a very reasonable... Yeah, that is definitely somebody who's currently taking accountability, taking responsibility, actually. So the reason why I said he needs to take accountability is the fact that he's tweeting Cope stuff, so it's obvious he's not doing that, and he's looking for an out. And you say here that you also DM'd a few friends. See the privately DM'd a few friends thing? You DM'd a few friends, but Alex Twitter chart posted messages that imply you use it as an excuse with him. I wasn't aware you guys were so close. So now we're getting into a little weird spot here. This is the photo that Josh sent me. So he must have sent it around a similar time frame or the next day to Alex. It's a picture of his hospital bracelet when he was in the hospital. And his response was, "Don't leak, but I got help. I have BPD. I got new meds, and I'm sorry for freaking out." So what does this tell you? Hey, I'm sorry for freaking out. I'm being medicated now. I got help because I was unhinged. And it's related to my BPD diagnosis. I don't know how else you could read this. It's fucking right there in plain English, right? Alex Gekmo does not like Bowblax. Bowblax told... Wait, so this is, again, what's the date on this? This is July 23rd. Okay, just follow me. July 23rd. What did we have from here? Alex Gekmo is an evil fuck, and everyone should ban him. Every platform. He should be deplatformed from everything. This is the next day. Just to be clear, this is the next day. So I guess he was. So the few friends extends to people that he fucking hates. That's fantastic. So he just lied. This is a lie. In case you were not catching it. I I felt I owed him an explanation since I went nutto in his DMs before going to the ER. Okay. And then you said he was an evil fuck who should be banned from the community the following day. So I sent him the screenshot we just showed you. And the follow-up to this one. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, chat. Do we have to hit the logs? Do we have to hit... Did he delete? Did he nuke? No, he didn't. Here we go. Boom. Sick. Yeah, because I was pissed when he didn't reply, my bad, or get well soon. Chat, if you don't write get well soon to Josh, you should be permanently deplatformed from every social media. What a fucking asshole. What a piece of shit, man. Oh, okay. So I told him the answer, all right? And then he didn't say get well soon. So he should be obliterated. Exodia obliterate. Awesome. That makes you look really, really well, Josh. You look great. Getting mad at that made little sense in hindsight. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I realized my emotions were extremely heightened, which is why I thought it was BPD, which is part of why I thought it was BPD. Okay. This guy Googled BPD. This guy went, why does my stomach hurt? And he goes, I must have cancer. I'm like, this is unbelievable. This is psychotic. Why is he still typing? Why is he online? Don't call it autism. This is BPD. Okay, this is border polar personality disorder. This is what did I call it? What did I say to Queeman yesterday? Queeman texted me when we thought he was chasing Tipster. We said, what did I say? He had big pansexual dependency. That's why he started calling Tipster. BPD is big pansexual dependency. That's why he was reaching out to Big Tip. Holy shit. Josh, you texted me on the 22nd and you texted Connor on the 24th. Okay, so Josh's position on Alex Gekmo was, hey, you're an evil fuck and everyone should ban you on the 24th. And on the 22nd, it was Alex Gekmo is a fucking retarded F slur. But we're supposed to believe that you were just like, I think I owed him an explanation on the 23rd. Sandwiched right between when you thought he was an F slur and when you thought he should be banned for life. You're like, I really do owe him one. It certainly has nothing to do with the fact that he's begging him not to release the messages. That definitely has nothing to do with why he's saying the things he's saying here. Awesome. I love it. Sick. I could be mad at someone while also believing that I owe them some clarification or an explanation. I never said I felt bad for him, which is what for him. I said I felt I owed him an explanation. And yeah, of course I was embarrassed. Just to be clear, the explanation was your new BPD diagnosis, right? I'm not actually sure that you disagree with anything I've said. You said you just told a few friends. I pointed out this was not true. You were actively using this fake diagnosis to help you explain your bad behavior. To that, Josh says, the explanation is I had a manic break in July. So now this is where it pivots. It's not about the BPD. It was never about the BPD. It's because I had sonic mania. Okay? He's looking around the room. He doesn't know what to say. And he sees a yellow video game box on the end of his shelf. And he's like, I used to play this in my Tesla. So then Josh activates Sonic Mania, okay? The explanation is that I had a manic break in July. I think it started in June, but it became very noticeable via my actions in July. I have not been officially diagnosed with anything, but I was put on quintetapamine to stabilize my mood. I'm still not 100%, but I've been getting better since I went in on it. X. You are completely out of control, and you've been out of control since July. You are completely out of control. I thought it was BPD, but I realized it might not be when my head cleared more. I thought it was because a girl convinced you. Now you've entered a state of clarity. You found the Buddhist priest or something, and he convinced you. I'm sorry for involving you in this mess. I shouldn't have snapped at you or clung on to you for support in DMs. when that's not your job. So now he hits me with like the feels, like, I'm so sorry, Nick. I'm so sorry. Did you guys even remember what we were discussing here? Oh yeah, we were discussing how he used his BPD diagnosis as a shield, chat. None of this has anything to do with what I fucking wrote, bro. None of this at all. He's completely dodged it. So we're going to do what we haven't done for Josh in the last fucking 5 years of knowing him. And we're going to just run it back and we're going to ask him again because Josh doesn't want to answer the question. I just think it's really sus that you told a bunch of people you had BPD to excuse your manic breakdown a week after Boogie was exposed for running with a diagnosis that he hadn't received. If you're really that unstable, you should seek regular employment and put down the mic because you're not in a sustainable position. Josh believes that he's not using this BPD as an excuse. But all of his messages, especially the ones to Alex, are very obviously using them to explain his episode. I don't... Why are you lying about this? It's in plain English. You're sending me evidence of this. You can... We'll scroll up in a second. I told like 4 people. Also, BPD and manic breakdowns are both equally embarrassing. Well, you didn't tell people you were experiencing your mania, and that's what you were being medicated for. You said you were being medicated for the BPD diagnosis, and you maintained that lie for over a month. Embarrassing explanations, IMO. I didn't say it's BPD to cover up being a manic break. I wasn't inspired by Boogie. Yeah, you did. Chat, one in the chat if Bowblax used his BPD to cover up why he had a mental breakdown in several people's DMs. Is anyone buying this? 2 in the chat if you're buying it, 1 if you're not. Let's see. I'd be shocked. We got a 3 in chat. Okay, we're someone's so hyped. I've not seen a singular 2. There's not even a contrarian in the chat. Holy shit. In my case, you had the meltdown / Apollo. Okay, this is the timeline, all right? Just to be clear, this is the timeline we're working with. In my case, you had the meltdown and apologized on the 21st. You told me that you were going to get tested on the 22nd. So, meltdown on the 21st, tested on the 22nd. Then you updated me that you likely had BPD on the 23rd. On the 24th, he would tell Connor that he does have it. And on the 23rd, he would tell Alex that he does have it. So, interesting. 2 days later, on the 25th, you asked me for money to cover your mortgage payment because you needed time for your mental health for the disease you did not have. Since you were taking a break and you needed to focus on your mental health, you told me that the new BPD meds, same day, 25th, cured your hatred for Tommy C. Right after you asked me for money and I told you no, which I am very happy I did, you told me these new BPD meds are great. They cured your hatred for Tommy C. You got medicated on the 23rd and your hatred for Tommy was cured by the 25th. That is a very believable story, Josh. It's blatantly obvious to every single person who has viewed these messages that the new diagnosis was a central factor to the breakdown you're apologizing for. This is directly evident through your similar interactions on Twitter with the Twitter man, Alex. And if you don't care about me giving you a timeline and you need something more transparent, let's just look at the exact conversation we just sat here and read. At 5:03, you literally admitted you contacted Alex to explain you going nutto. Here it is. I felt I owed him an explanation since I went nutto in his DMs before going to the ER, okay? The reason why he was going to the ER was to get tested for BPD. That was explicitly what he told me. So, literally, the messages that he said to Alex was, hey guys, I got help. I have BPD. I got new meds. Sorry for freaking out. Just be clear. I needed to explain to Alex why I went crazy. And then the explanation was, I have BPD. So when he says, I didn't say it's BPD to cover up my manic break, that is quite literally what he did. There's no dancing out of this one. There's no, hold on, wait, I'm sorry. This is mine. If I could redo it and go back in time, I would use this one. Yeah, so just to clarify, Josh says that he did not say it's BPD to cover up the manic break. And then he said he had to explain why he had the manic break, and it was because he had BPD. Just to be clear, that's what we're dealing with here. Thank you, Bowblax. This is very big brain behavior. This is very useful stuff. I'm so glad that you've taken the time to get measured and respond to me. Appreciate it. And he didn't respond to this one, by the way. He diverted the conversation back to this one. So I told you the central factor was in private. Uh-oh. Are you calling me a liar? Okay, what happened here? All right. So Josh gets caught in a blatant fucking lie. Blatant fucking lie, okay? Obvious lie. Gets blown out. And then he goes, but I told you in private why. And it's like, oh, because he can't say anything. The conversation has to die here because if Nick leaks my private details, then he looks like the bad guy. But Josh didn't calculate this well. So I said, are you calling me a liar? He goes, no, man, I'm just reminding you that I've told you one of the main causes of the manic episode before already. Oh, what was the main cause of your manic episode? I said, you trauma dumped a bunch of shit in my DMs. I'm at a loss for what you're referring to. Again, it's a minefield. The reason why these DMs are not out is because I have to traverse through like 50 things that would make me the bad guy. Not because I did anything wrong, but because Josh just kept updating me on his fucking personal life about shit that if I reveal, I look like a huge asshole. Okay, that's literally the reason. So he's like, he gives me this loaded thing right here saying, I told you the real reason in private so he can try to stop the conversation because there's nothing I can do about it. You trauma dumped a ton of shit in my DMs. I'm at a loss for what you're referring to. Dance around it however you please. The problem, Josh, is that you leaned in on the BPD to excuse your actions, and then you found out you don't even fucking have borderline. If you feel like you're not being understood via text, I'll be live in an hour. The phone lines are open, which they still are. The DM I'm talking about is the one from July 20th at 10:23 a.m. PST. This is 1:23 EST on Twitter. So then I went in my DMs and I found what that was. And of course I can't tell you about it because if I do, I'm an asshole. But I also found this. This is the message prior that he sent me just before he trauma dumped. Okay. The context here is why he insinuated Destiny was a pedophile. If you're forgetting what that was about, watch the previous stream. That was at the beginning of this discourse, per se. Do you mind if I give you a quick context of what happened to me? Sure, it's not going to change. That's what I wrote. I go, sure, it's not going to change what I think about it. Not as an excuse, but I want you to know as my friend. I won't trauma dump. Then he trauma dumped. If you wanted, he trauma dumped. But it's not an excuse here. Right here, it's not an excuse. Right? No problem. I just told you the main cause of my manic episode already. Anywho, it's not an excuse. Okay, so were you emotionally manipulating me before, or are you trying to manipulate my audience now? I'm getting lost here in the levels of manipulation that you'll just attribute to being autistic. Teehee, oopsie, lol. Yeah, I'm not really. So, exactly 3 minutes before you trauma dumped that in my DMs, you specifically claimed this story was not an excuse for you insinuating that Destiny was a pedophile. Now, because you got caught in a lie, it actually is an excuse, and it's the excuse that encompasses all of your upcoming bad behavior. Very convenient stuff. Again, despite the fact that this is obviously a lie, he very clearly did this to every single person he told about it to explain why he had the fucking BPD. Like, it's a very obvious. I am taking an internet break because I was diagnosed with BPD. Nick, I need money because I'm on an internet break. Okay. I'm taking an internet break because I got BPD. I sound like a Minecraft villager. So you asked me for money off of your fake BPD. That's what I'm getting out of this, but I don't know. Don't leak. I got help. I have BPD and I don't know. Okay. Just to be clear. That is Penny here. Now, because you got caught in a lie, it actually is an excuse. It's the excuse that encompasses all of your bad behavior. And then Josh says, I'm saying that the thing that caused my mental break, I'm saying it's the thing that caused my mental break. I take full responsibility for what I tweeted. Where? You've been fighting with me for an hour. Where do you take full responsibility for anything? That's not what full responsibility looks like, Josh. I'm only using my mental break to explain my freak out on you and Alex. Do you know this guy referred to me as the victim of his freak out? He referred to me as a victim privately, just to be clear. That was the terminology he used, not me. I wouldn't personally use it, but he described me as his victim. This is not what taking full responsibility looks like, Josh. I don't know what you're talking about. He was in a dark place, literally. And then he stopped responding. Now, I'm going to ask Josh if he would like to chat with me right now. I'm going to send him over a DM. Would you like to chat? And if he responds, I will call him. But I don't foresee that happening. Anywho, if he doesn't call me, we have backup that we're going to finish this segment off with. So I will give him a few seconds to respond. Otherwise, I don't know, man. This is crazy. What do you guys think? Am I going crazy here? This is just him trying to brute force another agree to disagree. Look, here's the God's honest truth. Here's the reality of the situation. I'm frustrated right now because I like this guy personally. I don't hate this guy like I hate Tipster, and I have good reason to hate Tipster. I'm mad that every single time Josh fucks up, everyone around him looks dumber. And it's what I said to him years ago, and it's what I'm saying to him now. I'm frustrated that it has to be me every single time these situations come up, and I have to be talked to like I'm a fucking idiot, and I have to be put into positions like this where people tell me I'm a ruthless fucking tyrant because you guys just can't keep it together, and it's frustrating. It is very frustrating. The reality of the situation is if what you're saying is true, and I don't believe you, you don't belong online. You don't belong here. You don't belong anywhere online because this will follow you because it's not a content related issue. It's a you issue. If you fall into a state of mania for 2 months and your excuse is like, oopsie, I'm sorry, then online jobs are not for you because this is a very high stress environment. That's not me being a dick. That's me being a realist. You don't belong doing this. If you can't navigate this social landscape, you shouldn't do it, for one. This is a very tight community to be in. This community is very pushbacky, okay? There are definitely easier places to survive. But, again, if you're going to get mentally ill and fight with every single person who calls you an idiot on Twitter, this is not your job. And it's going to probably drive you to an early grave. Not to sound morbid. And I don't want to see that, personally. I think that you should be doing other things because you don't have what it takes to do this. And you never did. And a lot of people protected you for a real long while because they thought you were, in some cases, a charity case. That's the real... Every time you fucked up, it was, well, Josh is autistic, so... And that was how it was accepted. It's time to chill. Time to figure it out. Take a year off. Collect yourself. Figure things out. The problem is you're 27 years old. You're not 21. You're not 22. You're making mistakes 18-year-olds make. You got to figure it out. So... We can't do this for you forever. You got to take advantage. You have to take ownership of your own life at some point. And I can't take you there. So. This whole display is embarrassing. I wouldn't have personally done this, but I mean, we know that already. I think that you should just actually do what you say here, like what you're posturing about, and you should take ownership of your own situation. You should put your best foot forward, and you should get offline. You got a mortgage payment to make, buddy. So, without further ado, he did not respond. All right. Well, that was our big mean Nick moment. We're going to have a lighter moment now. Oh, I forgot about this. He tweeted this just before I went live. If I was lying about me thinking about I had BPD, why did I buy this? The Borderline Personality book. Bro, this is on... You understand, he bought this book on August 3rd, and he told us on September 8th that he didn't have it. He never did tell Connor. Connor found out he didn't have BPD from me. He didn't go to correct that to anybody else. He just mentioned it offhand. That's crazy. That's absurd. Very compelling. Yeah, why did I buy a book on Amazon if I didn't think I had BPD? Figure your shit out, dude. Sad. And by the way, every time I set out to do these, this is hopefully the last one. There's no I don't have plans to make another Bowblax stream. And they're going to be Bowblax streams if he continues to respond. That's just how it works. I have no plans to do anything further about Bowblax after tonight, so we're getting the last little bit out of our system again. If he responds again, we'll talk about it more. So this is a conversation Josh had about his sex journey, and I need to show you this. This is funny. This is schizophrenic. We're not taking this at face value, but we're gonna watch it because it's funny. This is the thing he cut from his video.
That's fucking twice.
And this kind of gives us a pretty solid look at Josh's mental state. It does. This is the time Bowblax had sex.
I've tried.
Well, you know, Dave, I think it's a pretty good show. When,
I was just talking with the wife.
Yeah. So what I think is this, is that I love how they've intertwined the original cast into it, but they're not focused on them. I also like how they have allowed all the characters to develop and grow, especially the older ones. And I really like it. And it is well worth the...
Dude, if I ever have to hear Riveter again, holy shit, get me through here. Dude, I fucking hate everyone in this call. Except Matt.
He's been blackballed.
Poor dude. Did you just call Danny Masterson a poor dude?
Where the fuck did it go?
Okay, he's got some bad allegations.
Good.
Did you throw up?
Overall, I suppose.
Here we go.
I mean, with the bitch I tried to fuck, I almost did throw up, actually.
Dude, the alarms sounded the second they heard Bowblax had sex.
Who are you trying to bone?
Oh my god.
Bowblax, you trying to throw it down? You trying to fucking pipe? What's going on, Bobby?
Dude, it was so horrible, bro. It was so horrible.
You're asking me about Dave. Dave's fiance is with the girl who said Gabby Hanna wishes she was raped, who reached out to him because she wanted to find out if he was racist. And I'm not mad at him for that. What I am mad at him for is firing up a stream called, Is Nick Racist? Because I got a fight with her. I spelled the word bite as, what was it, B-I-G-H-T. So she Googled that, and she thought I meant rope, and I was going to hang her from a noose. That's what she thought, which is insane. So they did a stream called Is Nick Racist? Or something, or the main topic of their first stream back was Is Nick Racist? And then Dave pulled some shit where he was like, I can't look inside a Nick's heart to know. Fuck you.
You gotta walk me through this train wreck.
It was so horrible. So
Nothing
I
bad
went on
happened, right?
Well, okay. So went on Bumble.
Yeah, you can't look into Nick's heart, but he can go fucking buy shit from my store, support my stream, give me viewers. Cool, sick, dude. I appreciate it.
Well, okay. So went on Bumble. Hot
Bumble.
girl, but she had a lot of filters on.
Ah, okay. Hot girl, lots of filters.
So she comes to my house in real life, and I mean, I wasn't catfished directly, but let's say I was half catfished, right? But okay.
Oh, this is not ironic.
Whatever.
This is an actual story you're telling.
This is a real story.
story.
Yeah. This is a real
Oh,
story.
wow. Okay.
And now Matt literally just does not believe anything Josh is saying. This is not an ironic thing. Oh, God.
Okay, so then she starts cuddling with me, and she stinks.
Oh, no.
She kind of stinks like trash.
Oh, no.
And
Dude, this is not a deal breaker. She just smells like a fucking garbage disposal. It's awesome, dude.
from then on in my head, I'm like, okay, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to kick her out right away because it's like, you didn't look the way I was expecting, but I don't want to be rude, and technically it wasn't a full catfish, so
It's like you can't stink. You can't stink, Bowblax. No.
Yeah, well, I found out she stunk once she was cuddling with me, right?
Oh, wow.
So I
Oh.
was gonna end it there, but
Oh, he's gonna end it there. He realized that smelling like shit is is something that people don't like when they're in these situations. Okay, cool.
I was so awkward and tense, and I was like, "Hey, you want to have some weed and a drink?"
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. That's
Uh-oh. Suddenly, she started looking more appealing.
What do they drink? A Shirley Temple? Jesus.
The more intoxicated I got, right?
Yeah.
And
So I got this disgusting, smelly homeless girl fucking drunk as hell, dude. I got her drugged and drunk.
Yeah, we were watching Sonic
We got B Diddy here.
2.
I'm kidding. Dude, I would never accuse Josh of fucking being P Diddy. This didn't even happen. He didn't even have sex with this woman.
Scene came up
He would need to have sex to do that.
with Sonic and Tails
That's a hot
dancing,
movie.
right?
That'll get it
And right
going.
afterwards, if you know, Tails and Sonic are snuggling at the end. So she's snuggling with me, and she starts making out with me.
By the way, if you're wondering, this is 2.5 hours into the stream at like 3 in the morning. Oh wait, no, it's the top of the hour. Never mind. This was what he planned this. Oh fuck. Okay, sorry.
And it feels like I'm fucking eating garbage, dude.
Jesus.
Nice.
It's horrible.
All right.
But I'm like, I'm drunk and a little horny, so I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm a little horny, so I'm gonna fuck the garbage disposal.
Fuck through it.
And
Fuck
I
through
had
the sink.
sex, but like,
She looked nothing like her picture. She smelled like a fucking dead animal. And I thought, I got nothing else going on.
I kind of regret it.
He went silverback, yeah.
And also, I didn't nut, but she did, so it wasn't really great for me.
It was an opposite.
But I mean,
You got her to fucking come
and she was.
This is like when Joe Biden was on stage and Jill was like, "You answered all the questions, Joe! Yay!"
It was an opposite. You got her to fucking come
And she was so fucking stanky.
You answered. You made her come, Josh! Yay!
There was one time where I gagged a little bit. So I mean, I'm off of Bumble for a while. I'm just done with
did
it
she
for a
have
while.
a belly button ring by any chance?
Yeah, he raw dogged. Like he raw dogged the stinkiest woman in town.
No.
If she did, you would have.
He invited a girl over to fuck. Did not know that he needed condoms to accomplish this because guys just raw dog Bumble people. I'm starting to read the post before I even see it. That's how bad this is.
Be able to hang an air freshener right on that motherfucker. Would have been.
The thing is, right? We've all been there once in our lives, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
No, Matt. We've not all been there.
done with hookups for
Now,
a while.
people has
By the way, Dave has retitled this to Bowblax's bogus sex story, to be clear.
only been with one person though. Keep that
I
in mind.
swear I
He can't find out if I'm actually racist, but he can see through the facade that was this sex story.
turned gay for like 24 hours after that. I did not.
I like dick now.
Do you think that's someone just wrote this in the chat, so I'm totally stealing it, but do you think when he's like about to blow, he's just like, "Let me come," and he just fucking
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
I feel you there. It's like, oh my god, she's done something. You know, this is where I have an advantage. I have no sense of smell. I was born without one. So.
yeah, you would have loved it, Dave. You
Was
would've
she hot?
fucking
Was she
loved
hot?
Bro.
Yo! Well, as I said, I did
Nick
get half
DeOrio, Big
catfished.
Fat
Yo,
Daddy Ray!
what's up, Nick?
Yeah, he's never gonna get one of those again. Anywho, somebody put out a tweet, and I posted this because I thought it was funny. I think it's crazy, but I think it's funny. So we're gonna pull this up for you. This is somebody's breakdown of what we just watched. This is a point-for-point breakdown explaining each individual thing that Josh did in this message. To be clear, we do need, let's see. We need to be a little bit more highbrow for this one. This is what I had in case Josh didn't want to call me. Oh, Christ. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, have you considered the harsh reality? Bowblax's obvious fake story from a year ago is the perfect breakdown of everything that's wrong with his brain. Point by point, it illustrates his delusional opinion of himself, and it just shows how monumental his lack of understanding is of others, even supposedly his friends. Starting out with, "I'll tell you about this bitch I was trying to fuck," as if that would somehow sound natural coming from him. Maybe it was an unused line from one of his rap songs, portraying him as some kind of hookup pro who uses dating apps all the time. I'm actually shocked that he even knew what Bumble was. Never stating that the girl was ugly, just not exactly as hot as her picture to save face while making it seem more believable in his mind. He believes a person stinking like trash would not be an instant disqualification from sexual contact for the average person, and it would be easy to ignore. This also does not reflect well on Bowblax's own body odor in day-to-day life if he believes this is common enough to simply overlook. In his own words, he almost threw up when dealing with her, and that she was so stanky, he almost gagged. He portrays this as more of a personality quirk on the girl, on the same level as having a lazy eye, or perhaps being slightly more overweight than her picture, but nothing major. Only after realizing how much of a deal breaker this odor situation would have been for others, he changes it up and he calls her dumb for not bathing properly. After racking his brain for the most romantic movie/film scene he could think of to establish the proper mood for him cuddling with this fictional girl, he lands on Sonic 2. I have since watched this specific scene he references where Sonic and Tails are snuggling, and they are not. But clearly Bowblax reads some form of sexuality/romanticism into that friendly, even brotherly interaction. I believe... Chat, I think we should pull it up. Sonic 2. Real quick. Sonic 2. Sonic 2 ending. Is this it? Is it the ending scene? Chat, does anyone know the scene from the Sonic movie? I can pull it up on Queeman's. Queeman found it. Let's go to Queeman. How do I spell his name? Oh, this is a disaster. How do I spell Queeman's name? I got it. Alright, we're going to scroll back. We're going to find it, because Queeman showed it, and I'm going to show it. Because I actually, my mind is fucking destroyed. Let's see. Oh god, he played the Riveter thing. I legitimately need you to understand this because it's actually so funny. It's like Bowblax's version of the EFAP discourse. Are you familiar with the EFAP stuff? We have a VOD on here that we posted about a week ago. Where, and I did pretty well. A lot of people liked it. It was Doomer Media's EFAP clip where he thought that in the show Arcane, there was a, between the main character Jinx supposedly had like a sexual relationship with the older male figure, and she's like a minor, so that's kind of a nuclear position to take on that issue. That's not really the reason. Basically, he claimed that they kissed, and he just like, it was obviously a sexual interaction because they literally kissed, and that just did not occur. That did not occur. They kissed, though they did not kiss. That is a lie. They definitely did not kiss. Oh, fuck. I do not know where the scene is from Sonic. Has anyone seen the Sonic movie? After racking his brain for the most romantic film scene he could think of to establish the proper mood for him cuddling with this fictional girl, he lands on Sonic 2, and I have since watched this specific scene that he referenced where Sonic and Tails are snuggling. They are not. But clearly, Bowblax reads some sort of sexual intent to a friendly or even brotherly interaction. Oh god! The horror! Isn't that character a minor? Holy shit, chat! Ooh. Where were we? I'm done with hookups for a while, he says. I almost turned gay. And of course, she nutted, but I didn't. Bowblax also reacts with incredulity that others might be surprised that he had sex at all despite having rushed to brag about this obviously fake story in the first place to dispel the obvious read that he might have fallen victim. That he might have been a complete virgin at the time. And he might still be. He did not use a condom with this random disgusting girl in his scenario. Again, this is mentioned casually because he probably believes that's just what dudes do, bro, and does not anticipate the horror everyone would obviously react with. At the revelation that any man had done this, they would soon worry about STDs, and he quickly states, I got tested casually, as if this wouldn't be a nightmare scenario for the average man. I'll get the results in a week. Though again, casually, as if this wouldn't be a source of dread for the entire week. He doesn't understand how sex works. He doesn't seem to consider pre-ejaculate at all, which is strange because as a man, you can just kind of see that happening while you're jerking off. Multiple people who would know have later mentioned the story, but at some point was confirmed to be fake, obviously, but it's still worth examining. for the portrait it paints of Sonic Josh. I obviously disavow, but this tells a very compelling tale. This tells a very compelling tale. Has this been confirmed fake? I have no idea. It's fake in the title. Dead on Dave confirmed it, and I trust him. He doesn't even know if I'm racist. Oh, it's a compelling tale, yes. No, it's literally the same thing as the EFAP debate. It's just like, wait, oh, the kiss. Wait, you're saying the Sonic kisses tails on the mouth? It's like, it's not sexual. What are you talking about? 14 pages? Ugh, Nick the Tard wrangle. Yeah, it was spot on. Holy shit, dude. I'm at a loss. That's the Josh segment. I don't want to have to make another one. That's where I stand on it. I have absolutely no interest. Thank you for the new viewers who came out to the channel. If you're looking for more drama about Josh, don't expect it. It could happen, but don't expect it. Hi, Future Nick here. That was a lie. So I debated Josh the following night on Augie's stream. I'm going to play a few short clips here and otherwise link you there. Okay? Woo. You ran to Alex and you said, hey, please don't leak. I have BPD. I got new meds. I'm sorry for freaking out. The freak out being the conversation you had. This is why I think what you're doing is bad. You also sent messages to Alex saying, hey, listen, please don't leak my messages. I'm not myself right now. You can leave the tweets up if you want, but yeah, I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention this DM convo. And I'm not being crazy because of this tweet. It's because of other things in my life. So,
I mean, the tweet amplify. Well, what?
I think this is pretty cut and dry, Josh.
Oh, yeah, I lied about having BPD. I thought I had BPD, but like I was lying to myself.
Oh, did you lie about it, or
that's a pretty big admission right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was lying to myself as well, but also I could have it, I guess. But I mean, ultimately, like I don't have the diagnosis, so like until I do, I don't have it. Essentially, I guess.
Yeah, but
so
my point is that you said that you needed to give him an explanation before going to the ER as to why you went crazy in his DMs. And that's a lie because you went to Alex and you told him after you went to the ER, thus the wristband of the hospital, that you had BPD, you got new meds, and you're better now.
Well, I gave him an explanation before and after. I gave him two, I suppose. I mean, whatever's like in that DMs is what I explained, right?
Sure.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, like one of your biggest issues with my coverage in particular is you said to Connor that you were you hadn't explained yourself properly. One thing I noticed in a lot of Bowblax conversations over the years is that oftentimes when people think you're wrong, usually you think it's a massive misunderstanding. That it's not you being malicious, it's everybody else not understanding what's happening. Yes. And then it's causing certain issues that aren't really big issues. In this case, the misunderstanding is that this was never about BPD ever. The reason all of this was happening was because of hypomania. The main confusion is that my freak out was caused by BPD. I legit thought that in July because I was manic. So I'm confused. So it was now it's in hindsight, the confusion is you told everybody the incorrect thing, and that's my fault for the way that I'm discussing it on stream?
No, I didn't say it was your fault. I said that was like the confusion. It's justified confusion.
Well, it's not confusion. It's what you said.
Well,
it's your confusion.
Yeah. It's my confusion that I put onto you guys, I guess. I made, yeah.
Sure.
I'm not blaming you. Your coverage was fine. From what I saw. I only saw the first 50 minutes of your clipped video.
Why did you tell Lyrix or imply heavily that I coerced you into going on the Chud Logic call? Like, you didn't even know he was streaming. You were caught off guard. Do you think that you weren't adequately prepared for what you were walking into? How could I have been
but I went in on myself, so that's my fault.
Well, no. Just to be clear, it was, hey, would you like to chat on Chud's stream? Sure, give me a sec. I'm not at my PC. Nick said, "Are you sure? They're baiting content. Alex just leaked your DMs. Only come on if you're 100% sure you want to have this chat publicly, because I had no clue they were going to do that." Then you said, "Fuck, man. Normally I would. It's easily explained, but I'm not 100% myself mentally right now. I'll hop on for a bit, though. I'll talk about King of Nothing, but not much about Alex." And then I said, "I'm willing to call you and talk to you offline. I didn't know that they were going to use that comment to bring up other stuff. It feels weird. Let's do this in private after it feels weird to do this in private after I commented publicly, but Alex just dumped all your DMs, so it kind of changes the board." And to that you responded, "I'll hop on." So how were you not adequately prepared for what you decided willingly to do?
I was prepared, I suppose. But I wasn't prepared for the Queeman call-in, and I should have left when that happened.
In that case, I asked them not to bring him in. Again,
yeah, that's not your fault. I'm not.
But you kind of implied that it was still a rig, so that's why
yeah. I guess I just worded it badly. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Jesus.
By the way, and again, while we're talking, because we were talking about this whole Alex thing before with BPD and new meds. Again, I haven't really shown. This is my conversation with you. You specifically said the BPD that you were 99% sure you had explains all of your impulsive outbursts.
I felt it did. And maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I was just trying to look for a reason to why I was acting that way, you know?
Well, why did I not find out until September that you really didn't have BPD?
Because it didn't come up in conversation until then, I suppose.
Because dude,
I didn't
you tell me about your big new diagnosis and all the time you have to take off for mental health. You asked me for $2,000 and you didn't think to come back and say, "Hey, glad you didn't give me that money because turns out I could have been working the whole time."
Wait, no, I couldn't have.
Yeah, dude, that's the 25th. You got diagnosed on the 23rd. This is like 2 days after you get BPD. You messaged me, "Hey, Nick, I need 2,000 Canadian dollars to pay my mortgage."
It was mania, not BPD. I can't really work under the mental state I was in at the time.
What's different from then to now? How do I know if I'm talking to Manic Bowblax? How can I?
I guess you don't, because I wasn't really online that much during.
So at no point, nothing you say can be used against you, because at any moment you could slip into a state of mania.
You've been online though. Like I've seen you say you were taking breaks or whatever. Like you've been taking breaks from Twitter. I
wasn't looking at the drama cycle.
When have the breaks occurred?
Sorry.
Because it's like I don't know.
From mid-July to basically like a couple weeks ago.
He took a break from his money. He took a break from his main channel. This makes no sense to me. You were reading Twitter. What's the point?
Well, when you say you're taking a break,
I wasn't looking at any of the. I didn't know anything about the Mr. Beast drama. Really, I didn't know about much at all. I did do a couple streams here and there on some funny things that I saw on my own volition. Like there was a Sonic drama that was going on that I saw. But I wasn't my break was more a break from looking at all the drama and worrying about what to make next. So I can make Twitter versus videos when I'm, in the state or whatever state, right? Because it's just reading tweets. But what I couldn't handle was going on Twitter and actually looking for those tweets and fucking, doing all that stuff. I just didn't want to look at the new drama that was happening. I needed a complete break from the whole drama world, essentially.
So just to be clear, we're all on board that this was mania, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then why did you say 2 days ago that you still think you have BPD?
It could be both, but
personally, you think you have BPD, but I thought it was mania.
100% what happened was a manic break, okay? But I'm I don't know what else I would get diagnosed with if I'm gonna get checked and see what's up.
Tell me if I'm crazy here, because when you told me you had BPD, that was where Nick's head went. Oh, that's why he had this crazy rant. Then again, you quoted saying that you hadn't had a rant, you hadn't had a breakdown like this in 6 years. That was your direct quote. 6 years it's been since this happened. Obviously, something must be
Honestly-
new. Something must have changed. So when you tell me I have BPD, my brain goes, oh, okay, that makes sense. There's a new thing happening here that Josh hadn't been previously dealing with. He's unmedicated. Maybe this will help him. Now you're telling me it was mania and you've always been manic.
No.
What am I supposed to do with this
Wait,
information?
Wait, what? I'm not saying I've always been manic. I'm saying I had my manic break in July.
My understanding is
first
that
time
you've
I'm having a manic
had
episode.
problems with being manic on and off in the past. Is that not true?
No, I haven't.
So you've been diagnosed with mania in the last couple months. I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, I'm getting word from like Aiden. He's telling me he's not manic. You can't get diagnosed with mania. Mania is a symptom of bipolar. Ask if he's been diagnosed with it.
Mania runs in my family, and someone in my family had a manic break like a couple of years ago. It's like very heavily like in my family genes to have.
But we're moving from one non-diagnosis, no answer, to another non-diagnosis, no answer. And like, have you spoken to a physician recently about, or have you spoken to a therapist at any point about any of the stuff that's been going on here?
I've been scheduled an appointment, but it's
What exactly have you been doing to better yourself, knowing that in this time frame since then, you've come back to making content?
What I've been doing to better myself.
Sure. Yeah, like what did you do that made you feel like you could come back to make content? How do I know you're putting the best foot forward?
Because after, a couple months of just like not looking at drama and doing other things and keeping myself occupied, like I edited together like some of my old Let's Plays and re-uploaded on like my other channel or whatever.
I'm hearing a
my
lot of stuff
mind
about
started
content.
to, like, slow down.
Yeah, but what have you done other than just waiting it out? What have you been doing to better yourself?
Well, I've been looking into the book. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection on like my life in general, which is part of the reason like I've been going back to like some old Let's Plays a little bit. I mean, that's like, I'm really.
So you're
just trying to
treating your
focus
mania
on
with
my mental
Sonic the
health.
Hedgehog Let's Plays.
No, dude. That's just.
Well,
the
you're not giving me
symptom
anything
of
here.
it. Well, I'm trying to. Like, I've been like I said, I've been like looking through like the work, but I've been like trying to like focus on like what, like I've been trying to focus on my mind and my mental state and like what can I do to like improve it like long term in the future and stuff, so I've been like looking at therapists, trying to find the right one.
You couldn't get a single
I've
appointment in
been-
2 months in Canada? Is that how bad Canada's medical care is?
It's pretty slow.
Why are you smoking weed while you're taking antipsychotics? Who's giving you that idea?
No one's given me the idea not to.
It's common
None of
sense
us
dictates that you probably shouldn't smoke weed while you're taking antipsychotics. This goes back to the what are you doing to better
maybe I don't have
yourself?
that common sense. There we go. Okay.
Do you think you've had like a bad taste in music style, like weed psychosis, like breakdown? Like you've smoked so much weed that like your perception of reality is like all fucked up? Do you think that that's going on?
Well, before the manic break, I was actually like off of weed for a month. So
what you just said, right? So you said like when you made your initial Twitter apology, your half-ass apology, right? You were like kind of thinking, I might have fucked something up or whatever. But it was only until today when the stream was about to go live that you're like, wait a minute, like I can't defend this anymore. So I have to like change strategies. I have to be like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Like I can't do this anymore. That just comes across as like the definition of like disingenuous. Don't you see that?
I just took a long time to come to the conclusion that I was like fully wrong. I knew I was wrong for like sharing the call around and everything, but I didn't think I was wrong for the stream until today. I thought I was wrong. Yeah, the stream I didn't think I was wrong for until today.
How?
I don't know, dude.
You watched my video. You said you agree with 99% of what I said in the hour. That was me ripping into you for doing the stream. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, I had to, yeah, and I watched that yesterday, and I had to like think on it, and then today I came to the conclusion that it's like, yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm just slow, I guess.
Well, okay, so
you think it's just
you
slow?
think you're just like
I don't know.
Have you been diagnosed with that? Like,
I don't know. Yeah.
At what point is it just like?
I mean, like, yeah, at a certain point, like, I can't excuse any, like, I fucked up. Like, that's all, like, I mean...
How am I supposed to be friends with somebody who's got, like, who just is completely not in control? That you're not even at the fucking wheel. You're using full self-driving. But, like, the mania is on the road.
You don't have to be friends with me.
It's an excerpt from a message that I got. Well, now, everyone sees who you really are, Josh. You're a dishonest little shit who constantly plays both sides because you care far too much about what everyone thinks about you. You're so desperate for everyone's approval and want so badly to be liked by everyone. Meanwhile, you're sad, fence-sitting pleases no one. And because of that, your word isn't really worth shit. You stand by nothing ever. So stop pretending to be a bully because you're not a bully. You're a bitch who falls like a fucking house of cards at the slightest criticism. What is your rebuttal to that statement?
My rebuttal to that is that the person who said that was projecting because that's exactly how he is. But
would you just say that that doesn't also describe you?
A couple of those things ring true. Not all of it, but definitely some parts of it. But he only said that because it's projection. It's not because he knows me.
Or he could have just watched the coverage in some capacity.
And came to that conclusion, maybe. But the parts that ring true... Wait, can you give me a screenshot of that and just paste it in here so I can look at it?
I will put the passage in the chat.
Alright, let me pull it up.
Because I mean, I called you a
part of it.
I called you a crowd pleaser like 4 minutes ago, and it sounded like you kind of agreed with that portion of the assessment.
I do agree with that part. Yeah.
And we talked about your fence sitting and how you kind of jump in between a lot of different fights. We mentioned that on the stream. You claim that you at least admitted in this stream that you've been dishonest recently about certain aspects of the situation. So,
everything up until him saying "meanwhile" is true.
Meanwhile, but you
so
you don't say you don't feel like you fenced it.
No, because not.
You have to disassociate this from Tipster, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Because I think you were kind of fence sitting on the flamenco stuff, maintaining your friendship with him and being kind of the last guy off the train. I think you fence sitted with King of Nothing for quite a while.
Okay, what I do is I make my opinion known, but I still be friends with them. So my opinion on the King of Nothing video has always stayed pretty consistent.
Except for the day that we were criticizing him, and you were the one man you were the one guy on the other opposition side, which again you, in your defense, apologized for, saying that you wish you weren't even involved because King of Nothing chose not to defend himself, so it's kind of asinine. But you were the one man on the other side.
Yes. What happened with that tweet is I watched Connor's coverage of the King of Nothing thing. That was the first stream I watched of it. He had questions, and I tried to answer it. Kind of, it's like a parallel to what I did with the Boo Boss stream for Lorex, where I was trying to like help clarify for him on the private. I just did the same thing, but like with Connor's stream, and I wrongly assumed that all of the coverage on King of Nothing was kind of a similar tone to Connor, because Connor was a lot lighter on King of Nothing than everybody else, and that was the first thing I watched, and yeah, that was my mistake.
Well, I remember going at this videos. I think that my first, I wouldn't even have known about this King of Nothing video if you didn't say Ethan Klein is coming after King of Nothing, threatening to sue him. He sounds nutto. And then we started pulling up.
I did think it was nutto that he.
I mean, Augie, you were there, right?
What, there for King of Nothing?
I think the quote out of your mouth was, "Well, what did he say?" And then we started pulling up the video and going like, "Oh, this is weird."
Well, I wasn't. All I knew, I just saw the clip of H3 saying I'm gonna sue him, and I'm like, "Whoa!" I don't remember anything sue-worthy in the video because I wasn't, I guess, really locked in when I watched it at first or whatever.
But
So
you
that's
said
why
you
I,
knew the
brought it
video
up to
was
you.
bad, and you brought it up specifically because
there's some
things in his
points that were
life were
bad,
going
yeah.
on, and you kind of said the reason why his video is bad because things were going on in his life that occurred days before upload.
No,
when-
I did not say it was because of that.
No, you said, I know why the video is bad. Things have been going on in his life. And then I said, specifically, wait,
No.
didn't he like work on this the last 6 months? And then you went, oh, yeah.
No, I was trying to explain something and then you interrupted me and it made it sound like I said that.
Well, that was the excuse he was running around telling everybody else. So I thought it was interesting that you echoed it.
That wasn't the excuse. Okay. I was saying that's why he freaked out at like Turkey Tom's criticism of him was because of that. That's what I said. And bring up the video, I was just like that was like there were like bad points in the video, but like he overreacted to the criticism that Tom was getting because of that, and I was just like, yeah, it's kind of what I was telling you. I wasn't saying the video was bad because that happened to him. I was saying that's why he reacted to Tom's criticism that way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So jumping back, because I think people are asking about Tipster. Aside from that passage, I guess, what is your rebuttal to the larger Tipster allegations at hand? Tipster levied
What are the
allegations.
Tipster allegations? It's about me.
Well, it's this thread. You saw the thread where he kind of just ripped into you for. It was probably one of the most brutal things.
I
You want me
gotta
to read
be
the whole
honest,
thing?
Tipster fucking popped the fuck off. I read that last night with my jaw on the floor. I was like, can I read Tipster's response, by the way, for the stream?
Yeah, I would say you should. Yeah,
just
'cause I need to
so
hear it.
Shaq knows exactly what we're talking about here. Let me grab Tipster's.
I haven't seen a Tipster W in a real long while, and this is the only
it was
example
pretty
in
bad.
recent
Who's
memory.
got it on Twitter? I actually don't have the link.
I
You
got it.
All right,
I got
send
it,
to me.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Yo, can you screen share it so I can like read along or chat?
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
just
how
do
about
that.
you screen share, Nick?
Oh,
I
actually,
want to
no, you
read it
do
though
because it's going to be
I wanna read
small.
it.
It's going to be small fry for you, so you need to pull it up.
Fuck me. All right, you know what? I'll just read it.
It's a screenshot and it's a little tiny, dude. It's small. It's small fry.
Here we go.
It's like Bowblax. He can't be giant horse cock on Twitter because he doesn't have a 9-incher. Dude.
All right,
There's no way.
I'm pulling up right now. Here it is. This is
Dude, giant horse cock's got a much bigger dick, dude.
This
Good for
is
you.
Tipster's response to Bowblax last night. He said, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just looking for confirmation of whether this was you or not. But since you want to run your mouth, I'll say my piece. Talk all the shit you want. But I knew you were next. And I was right. Literally everything you tried to shit on me for, you did. You're a massive fucking hypocrite.
Not true.
Hold,
I
no.
didn't defend Wally.
Do not interrupt the words of the great Tip. You have to.
Okay.
Bowblax.
I didn't do everything, Tipster.
See, this
did
is
I?
your problem, Bowblax. You can't take a fucking L. Sit down and listen.
Aight,
Sit down
I'm-
listen to Daddy Tip tell you how it is, okay?
Yep.
Here's what he says. Talk all the shit you want, but I knew you were next, and I was right. Literally everything you tried to shit on me for, you did. You're a massive fucking hypocrite, and I have zero sympathy for you. You're getting a taste of your own medicine and have no one to blame but yourself. Like, holy shit. You're such a pathetic coward that you deleted your non-binary people are valid tweet after you got a little bit of pushback for it. I've been getting shit on for over a year for my support of the trans community and other LGBTQ plus causes, and not once have I deleted a tweet about it or backed down. Because unlike you, I have the balls to stand by my principles. Be quiet. Shh. Be quiet.
Okay.
And if that wasn't enough, you begged Alex fucking Gekmo to delete a tweet because it hurt your fifis. There's a lot of valid criticism of me and how I've mishandled things in the past, but not even I begged a random Twitter dipshit to delete a tweet because it was too mean. You're a spineless coward and the last person who should be trying to bully anyone. Also, it's interesting hearing people talk about how you were extremely dishonest with them. And with them, let me see. And kept sending mixed messages because it sounds a hell of a lot like our last interaction, doesn't it? You let me hang out to fucking dry while everyone went at me and how I backstabbed you. Meanwhile, you were in my DMs telling me you were not mad and that we were cool. And let's not forget all the times you talked shit on streams, then DMs me after about how you were just joking and didn't mean what you said. Well, now everyone sees who you really are, Josh. You're a dishonest little shit who constantly plays both sides you care far too much about. You constantly play both sides. You care far too much shit about what everyone thinks about you. You're so desperate for everyone's approval and want so badly to be liked by everyone. Meanwhile, your sad fin sitting pleases no one. And because of that, your word ain't worth shit and you stand by nothing you say ever. So stop pretending to be a bully, because you're not a bully of anyone. You're just a bitch who falls like a house of fucking cards at the slightest criticism. Have a nice life, Josh. Don't bother responding, because I won't bother reading it. And stop feeling bad for yourself and own your fucking shit. I took my fucking L's. Now it's time to take yours. Thank you. Fuck you. Goodbye. So that was Tipster's response. Now admit that was fucking a brutal dissection, especially based on what you've said tonight.
Yeah, if only he was so brutal when I was actually talking shit to him and he had...
Hold on, Josh. I have to channel my inner chud logic. Listen, Joshua. You're the Tipstorian. You're the Tipstorian, Josh. You've been covering him for months non-stop. You had the blueprints to know not to do this, Joshua.
Oh my god. I owned my L's. I mean, did he own defending the boss shit? So
no, he owned you.
I wasn't. There's no mixed messages between me and Tipster in our last interactions, and our last interactions are public. That's like not real.
Now they are because he dumped them.
Well, I dumped them like a year ago. Well,
I've seen the. This is the first I'm seeing of them. He put them on his Twitter.
Just now?
Oh, I didn't know he put them on his Twitter.
I can't open them. Does anyone have
I can't open them either.
Tipster, truce for like 5 minutes. This is kind of
you've
valuable
gotta
for
unblock
everybody.
me. Like, what the fuck? You know?
Someone deploy the goth mommies. For like 5 minutes, can we just see your account? It's kind of relevant.
Can we just get Tipster to call into the stream? Like,
we said no guests, but I feel like Tipster's an exception.
Did we say no guests?
Tipster's an exception for sure.
Hi, future Nick here. Tipster does call in, but you have to watch the Augie stream to find it. It'll be in the link in the description. Check it out. Yahoo!